So yeah, welcome to the July results meeting. This is Judith's first one, right?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, during these meetings we talk about last month's production, some of the things that went well with us, and then we recognize the top performers, and we also want to get motivated and get ready for August, which are off to a good start for starting yesterday. So, how did we do?
You did average, you said.
Average?
I thought we did good, but you said average.
Yeah. Well, what do we end up with?
Like 275 or 279?
Yeah, actually, I think it ended up being 280.
Oh, okay.
And the reason I say that is not because I just want to be a downer and say average, because for the year we're averaging 276,000. So for the whole year it is, pretty close to average. But it is still a third best month ever in our history. Okay, so there's a lot of mixed feelings, and I always battle with this. I'm happy, but I'm not satisfied. I'm always like going back and forth with that. But this is a results meeting. It's our third best month ever. So let's give it up for ourselves. Another thing that I want to talk about is what August 1st means to our agency. Do you guys, anybody know?
14th anniversary.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Ashley. Yeah, it's the 14th year anniversary. Okay, so again, I was like, man, because we got off to a good start in July. I thought we were gonna like break records, 250,000. Like I was like really getting my hopes up and really happy, and then we got off to kind of a slow end at the end, and then we didn't get it, so I was like kind of frustrated. But man, there's so many things to be grateful for. Okay, and I'm just really excited about what's gonna come up, what's gonna happen, because a lot of businesses don't make 14 years. And for us to not only be in 14 years, but just to have the opportunity to have our best month of our 14-year history every month, because every month we have an opportunity. A lot of businesses don't have that. Like some businesses, 14th year, they're like just surviving, or like, man, 5 years ago was so much better, and I could tell you, this is something that hasn't changed. Like from the very first year, 2007, to every single year, our agency has made more money every single year. Okay, not a lot of business could say that too. Okay, and again, to have something to look forward to is really something to be appreciative of. So thanks to you guys, we made it to 14 years. Okay, and I want to tell you guys, because I probably won't have that much opportunity, but I want to go over the history of our agency. Okay, because I know you guys are dying to know. So it was August of 2007 here. Okay. I was in Costa Mesa. I was 27 years old. Okay. I had 0 policies. The very first day, literally, I went into an office, but it wasn't my office. I'm just borrowing like another agent's office. They didn't have a desk, so I just like, this is a conference room. Well, the office was way smaller than this, but there's a conference room, so I just worked out of the conference room. I was like, okay, I don't have to pay rent, right? Okay. 0 policies. Okay. 0 employees, obviously. Okay. 0 phone system. Just had my cell phone and my laptop. And 0 kids. I didn't have anything really, if you think about it. Like I didn't have a wife. I haven't met Reese at that point. I didn't have any girlfriends. I didn't have like even a girl that was a friend. I literally didn't have anything. Okay.
You had a little booty call there.
That is so not true. I wished. So I had nothing. The only thing I had was my insurance licenses. Okay, and I had a degree, but then I found out very quickly that meant nothing when it comes to making more money. So I had nothing. Okay. And the very first day I started, I sat in the conference room like this, and I set up my parents' policy. They switched,
It was more specific this way.
You know it. 3 cars and a home. That's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
So, and I started my own policy too, auto and renter. So I was like, okay, cool, this is great. I'm off to a great start. I'm gonna kill it in this business. Second day, August 2nd, I came into the office. There was literally nothing to do, literally nothing. Like, who's gonna call me? Nobody, right? So we've come a long ways, is what I'm gonna tell you guys. I'm not sure if you guys, this part of the story doesn't maybe matter that much, but at that time, I was thinking I was going to play professional poker, and I was going to Hawaiian Gardens and playing like really high stakes poker because I made pretty good money like the job before, so I had a little money saved up. So I was going there, but I was like not that good, so I was constantly losing. And sometimes I would win though, but I would spend like, sometimes I'll win like 5,000, sometimes I'll lose like 2,000, but I was pretty used to like gambling. So the second day I came to work, I was like, man, there's nothing going on. I went on the internet, man, there was like, people didn't even have Blackberries back then. There was no Facebook. Okay.
There's MySpace.
There's MySpace, yeah.
Because I graduated in 2007.
Oh, really? Okay. My MySpace game was really strong,
Yeah.
but who cares about that? But there was Google though. So on Google I said insurance leads. And all these companies popped up and I was like, okay, like what do I have to lose? I just like spend 2,000 here, 2,000 here, then I started getting leads. And everybody back then, because I was sharing the office with the other agents, they were like, what are you doing? That's like the stupidest thing ever. You got to go and meet people and do this and do that and like, join the Chamber of Commerce and like take realtors out for lunch and, all this stuff. I was like, that's not really my style because I'm kind of introverted. And I was like, no, I don't like that. But they were like, man, internet leads is the guarantee is not going to work. So that's kind of how we started in digital marketing, if you could call it, because that's kind of what our office does, right? And then the world has totally shifted that way. So I got off to a good start knowing that I believed the internet was a way. Like the internet was a way people were going to shop. So I got a great head start in 2007, understanding that. 6 months later, I hired my first person. She was a Spanish speaker, so that kind of made a big difference in our agency. Kind of like led to kind of how it is, maybe right now. 2008, the recession started. The whole economy tanked. I was like, great. Literally August.
What year?
Yeah, boom. And then that's when farmers brought up Bristol West. So that really helped us out. Yeah, because a lot of people didn't have money back then, and Bristol West was a perfect.
Or no license.
No license. Yeah, just like So farmers didn't buy out Bristol West, I don't know what would have happened.
But that's when a lot of people were getting DUIs too.
Yeah, there wasn't Uber back then.
Mm-hmm. And then like mandatory insurance action.
Mm-hmm.
And the suspensions.
Yeah. You were in the
Because I
insurance
was already
business.
working at insurance at 18.
Oh yeah.
That was my first job.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, that's crazy. And then there was a time before there was prior insurances. Yeah, so you've been in the game just as long as I have. That's awesome, Jess. 2009, I finally got my own office. Well, it wasn't really my own office, but I got like at least like I moved out of conference room. I moved to another farmer's agents. They were like downsizing, so they had an extra like 700 square feet. So I could like, oh, okay, I could really hire like, because me and my employer was working. It was just like Letro, kind of how it is right now, just like taking up space, And then we got our own office, and then that was Newport Beach. Okay, 2011 we moved to the Tustin office. Who was at the Tustin office?
I was there
He was there, yeah.
for a little bit.
Oh, 2011, yeah, moved to Tustin office. Okay. 2012 was when Laura joined. 2016, Jazz, Kalia, Maria, Yuchan. Okay. When do we move to this office? 2017, moved to this office. 2020.
We moved to here.
No, we were already here in Orange. 2020. This is coronavirus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, coronavirus.
Oh, I went to
Okay.
skip to that.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of the history.
Technically, we're still coronavirus right now.
Oh yeah, sometimes I forget. So, but let's talk about where we are right now. Okay, 2020. Okay, our age 2019. That's when our agency first made $1 million in 1 year. Okay, 2020 we did 1.5 million. Okay, so.
Yeah, I need a raise.
Why am I sharing this?
Your fault.
Zero. Literally zero, right? Like I work hard for a whole month, and my paycheck will be like $300. Okay, so 2020, 1.5 million. We have 10,000 clients. Okay, I had zero right here.
That's a long way.
10,000 clients, okay. The reason I kind of want to share with you guys this is because what's going to happen next? Because 14 years to some of you guys that are really young, that seems like forever, but it passes.
It goes by fast.
It goes by fast. And 14 years later, we're all going to be working, right? I don't think anyone's going to, knock on wood.
We won the lotto.
Right? But even if unless you were in the lotto, that's a good argument. Okay. But honestly, if I had a lot of money, in which I could right now, I could live on the beach and sip pina coladas all day long if I wanted to.
No, you wouldn't.
But I wouldn't. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Like, I would want to be working anyways.
Yeah. I don't see you doing
right?
Even if you were falling out, you wouldn't.
Yeah. No, seriously, I could live kind of like that lifestyle if I wanted. But this is actually more fun for me to actually be in here and try to see what we could do the next 14 years. Okay, because if you went from 1 to 1.5, well, 2021 is going to be more than that already. I know it. We're already on pace to get close to not hit 2 million, but okay. So that's going to be 14 years later. That's going to be 35. I just want to show you guys what could happen if you think really long term. Okay, 14 years later, just do the math. How old are you guys going to be? Okay, if you work hard every day and have really stay consistent every single day, 14 years later, you're going to be at a much different position than you are today if you're putting in the effort every single year and going the right direction. No matter how slow it is, if you look at the long term, it's going to make a big difference. Okay, and that's just what I want to share with you guys. I think really long term. I think super long term. Okay, and I think as you get older, you start thinking longer term too. When I was younger, I was just like, okay, the only thing I was planning was Friday night. What am I going to do Friday night? That's the only thing. That's as far back ahead as I went. Okay, so you want to think really ahead. Now I think super long term. Okay, 2035. You guys can do the math, but I don't want to share my age, but I'll still only be halfway in my life. 14 years later, I'm still only at halfway point. Okay, so. Okay, but that's still only to me because I'm very confident in my health, how I take care of myself. I'm literally only halfway in. Okay, so if I got this far in 14 years, and I'm super excited where 2035 is, I'm super excited where you guys will be. I think you guys would, some of you guys don't even know it, but I could already envision it, will be not even employees, like partners. Okay, of businesses, business owners, hopefully. With me, there's going to be different offices, there's going to be different positions, there's going to be different businesses, there's going to be just so much we could get done in 14 years that I'm really excited. And just the power of thinking long term, I'll tell you guys how long term I think. Okay, I'm thinking so long term that my plan or my goal, not all of you guys obviously, but some of you guys, and I think I shared this before, would be at my funeral. That's how long term I think. But if you think that long term, then you're gonna act accordingly. Like, okay, if I want that to happen, then I better do this, this, and this, and that. Even though today's work doesn't seem that great or that fun, it's like, okay, well, since I have that goal, then I'm gonna act this way because those are my goals long term. Okay, so that's pretty extreme, but I want you guys to think long term, 14 years, 2035, how old are you guys gonna be, where are you guys gonna be at, and what type of success you guys are gonna be reaching, and what type of life goals, not just money, but happiness goals you guys have. All right? Great. All right, so let's talk about our winners for last month. So let's start off with attendance. Really great numbers here, 107%, which is a very high number. Okay, let's just give it up. Okay, Jaylene. Okay, number 1 in attendance. She also had her best month ever in sales at 24,000. So that's great because the month before that was 13,000. Month before that, 9,000, 7,000, 6,000, 3,000. So you see the progression there, And yeah, I just really love seeing that. That's all I can ask for is constant improvement. That's really what all about, just improving every year, every month. And that is something that she's shown that she's capable of doing. So super excited of her progress. And, again, the type of person that keeps me excited about the future of our agency. So let's get up for Jaylene. In attendance, I really just want to, really make a point here and really recognize because we had another outstanding attendance result here. Diana at 106%. Okay, and she also had her best sales month at 13,000. So she did 13,300, 13,000 last month, 7,000, 4,400. So 4 months in a row of growing her numbers. And it's her 1 year at work anniversary, right, today? Mm-hmm. So I just want to recognize her and give her a shout out because, what more can I ask for? Just last year around this time, it was her first day, knew nothing about insurance, just came in every day. In the whole span of 12 months, her attendance is at 99%. Okay, so that just shows her the commitment level. She passed her license test on the first try. Customer service level is very high at all times. Getting along with everybody level is very high at all times. During the coronavirus time, she was really great at staying positive and not staying mentally strong and stuff like that. Just a huge member of our team. Another person just like Jaylene, I see a great future for her and a big part of our team. So just 1 year, just getting started, but let's give it up for Diana. Oh yeah, she won the payment contest 9 months in a row too. A lot of great activity for her. Okay. And then we also have 100% attendance, which is America. So all 3 agents, I want to give them a shout out for coming in on July 4th weekend. Okay, I think that set them off to a good start to the whole month. And all 3 are someone that I'm really excited about moving forward. Okay, so much potential. Okay, and that's really helps me stay excited about the future of our agency. And it's a great job. And then the payment contest winner, we have a new winner.
Oh yeah?
You have a new winner.
Yeah. I already know.
Yeah, you can do the math for me. So we have someone who took 105 payments, first time ever, and a winner of our payment contest goes to America. So yeah, congratulations. That's a little bonus you get. That's crazy because Diana has won that contest 9 months in a row now.
I thought she wanted that.
Yeah, well, Diana took the same amount of payments she does, 88. So it's not like she didn't she had less payments, but America went from 74 payments to 105. That's big time progress. I mean, I'm not surprised because I sit next to her all the time and she's always on the phone, always on time, always working, activity level extremely high. And someone that when I came back from vacation, I was kind of stressed out because we were like a little behind on where we wanted to be, and then people were calling off and stuff like that. But sometimes when I sit next to people, they kind of have to deal with that. But she dealt with it as a champ, and in fact, she even kept me positive. So someone I really appreciate and someone I see tremendous potential in. So it's great signs for things to come. Great job for America. All right, and then we have some sales numbers here. Kalia with 35,000. So let's give it up for Kalia, the 3rd place finisher. And then the 2nd place finisher, we have someone in this room here, Jasmine with 69,000.
It was 70, Dan. You cheated.
Numbers don't lie. I made a mistake, but we did the math, and it was 69,000. Let's talk about Jazz. I want to talk to her about, and actually let's have Jazz share a little bit, okay? Because for the first time we have the closing ratio stats, okay? And she came on number 1 on that. What was it, like 28% or 27%? Which is great because that means she gets 10 leads, she sells 2.27% of it. She gets 10 leads, she'll sell close to 3. Okay, it would be a great business if you talked to 10 and you sold a whole bunch. So if you're in sales, once you guys are getting sales, and those of you guys are, you do 10 sales, even the best people are gonna get no 7 times. Okay, and that's the thing about sales, that people can't survive that because they just can't take that rejection, but it's normal. Like you're not gonna be able to sell every sale. But if you could sell 3 out of 10, you're a superstar. If you sell 1 out of 10, then we have room for improvement. And even, Jazz will probably agree with you that she could get better too. But for now, she's the top of the top when it comes to closing ratio. So what are some things you want to share
that
probably has helped you close more deals?
I I think following up on the clients, using the keep how we're supposed to use it, like text the client, email him, if you say call me back, call me right back. Even if they said, oh, I'm gonna think about it, call them next week and follow up on them. Like, hey, do you still wanna? Are you still interested? You know, like just kind of being on the well now on this new system on keep to be able to follow up on client and make sure that I don't stop until they tell me to stop.
Right.
So once they tell me to stop, no, I got insurance elsewhere, then I stop. But I will stop.
I love that. I just won't stop. I think that's the secret, maybe. Because sometimes with sales, you got to handle the rejection, but you have to have this optimism that things like, oh, maybe they'll get it, maybe they get it. Sometimes it's our own thoughts like, oh, they're probably not going to get it. That makes us stop us from following up. And it's also just energy level. I do believe that everybody, it's like a sport. Some people, you watch a football game or a soccer game or basketball game, like you'll see players that have more energy than other players. Whether they eating differently or sleeping differently or training differently, preparing differently. Some players are just more active, and just activity level. Jasmine has always been high there, so that's why she's so good at sales. But she's averaging 60,000. She was averaging 60,000, but the last 2 months she's averaging 70,000. So again, she's bumping up to the next level. Okay, $6,400 in commission. Okay, let's add that to her hourly, which she was at 99% too. Okay, that's 2,822 equals 9,222, which is $55 an hour. She is on pace to make 100,000. So last year Laura was able to do that. So we have 2 agents that are on pace to do that. So that's super excited to see. Number 1 in phone calls. Hours, 42 hours. Okay, so again, that's energy. So some people could be on the phones all day long, and some people need more energy to be able to do that. Number 1 in phone calls made 844. Number 1 in the promotion contest, so that's $5,000 at least. So I better stop buying shoes right now. Because September 10th, I mean, yeah, you can do the math because 10,000 plus 5,000. Then the promotion contest is going to get bigger. So yeah, let's try to stay. I'm going to try to stay in business here. Keep affording you. Just killing it, every month to month. So that's what excites me. Okay, I just love seeing people in business, and just want you guys to get motivated and see what the potential is in this business. So let's give it up for Jasmine. Okay, so we got the first place finisher, Laura, with 74,000. Let's congratulate Laura. I mean, you guys already know the amazing thing about her for that last month was she took a whole week off to go to vacation to Cabo. Okay, so basically only being here 75%, and she still did her average, which is 74,000. Okay, and that's 47 months in a row she's the agent of the month, and because she worked kind of so little and she did so much, her per hour average was just incredible. $72 per hour is what she did. Okay, and even though she took a week off, she's still second in hours, phone call hours. So when she was here, she was on the phone a lot, phone calls. And yeah, this month, I would just say that I'm proud of her for a different reason. Me and her are really similar. Like when we get off to a bad start, or we're not like reaching off, or when she come back from vacation, we got so much work to do, we get a little stressed. So vacations are great. When you come back, you kind of have to pay for them. And sometimes when she's not the top, or she's not having that great of a month, then she may get stressed out, because I do. And we've seen that maybe in the past, but what Laura did was she came back and she was in a great mood the whole time, and that showed me progress more than anything. That she was able to come back, and she had, because of her experience, probably she has more confidence in knowing that, hey, this month's gonna be still okay. When you're younger and you have no experience, you kind of panic a little bit, like, oh, this month is not good. I need to and start getting stressed out, and you start pressuring people to buy more strongly, or things, you don't have the right mindset, it's not positive. But for her to just come back and be in a good mood all month long, and I'm just really happy because, I want her to be able to take vacations. I don't want her to be like, oh, I don't want to take vacations because I might not have a great income that month. But for her to be able to make up with her extra effort while she was here those 3 weeks, that's really what shows me that she is also ready to take it to the next level. Having the humility and the confidence at the same time that you could take a week off and still have put up big numbers while having a great attitude about it the whole time when she came back is really something I like to see. So let's give it up for Lori again. All right, great. So great improvement here, okay? And to finish this meeting, I just want to talk about, some of the things that's important to me right now, or really, since this is our 14-year anniversary meeting here, okay, I just want to talk about the 2 things we want to accomplish here. The 2 things that's the holy grail, like what I'm trying to do here. What's number 1? Grow. Yes. Yeah, we want to grow. But it's actually simpler than that. Get more leads, yeah. You want to get more leads so we grow. Go to the next level. Okay, but let's just break it down to the simplest level. Make money. Okay. So that's number 1. Thank you, Yu-chan. Yu-chan knows me. We're here to make money, right? Let's not play around here, okay? I mean, what else are we doing here, right? Okay. So what's number 2 though? Because we want to talk about this, but we also want really basic. These are like real details, leads and grow. Okay, but what's you could say maybe even more important than this, maybe.
Stay happy.
Similar. Positivity, I think.
Stay happy.
Stay happy.
Persistence.
Yeah, stay happy.
Stay humble.
It's on the board. It's on the wall.
Determined.
Be happy.
Make money, be happy.
Make money.
I said that, be happy.
Yeah, you stay happy, but be happy. Same thing.
Oh my God.
That's really all we're doing here, okay? Make money, be happy, okay? So these are the 2 important things, I think, as you guys give me the responsibility to be your employer, these are the things I have to be able to talk about and emphasize. Because sometimes there's so much stuff going on, attendance and this and that, and these rules and different keep and all that stuff. Like, we gotta sometimes look at the most simplest way of what we're trying to do here. So
And
adjust to it and keep that in mind. So which one do you guys want to talk about? Because we're gonna talk about both.
be happy.
You guys want to talk about be happy
Because
first?
I feel that one's really important. Because you need to be happy to make money, So I think that's more important than the second one. Well, make money is obviously important, but I feel like being happy is what makes you make money.
Yeah. Even I would agree to that, as money hungry as I am. Okay. Being happy is more important. And I will say I've made some decisions all throughout these years that I could have made more money different ways, made more money maybe, but I chose happiness path too. Because in the long term, that's more important to me. Okay. So what are some keys to being happy?
Getting along with everybody in your work environment.
Yeah, I love that one. Just being a good teammate, right? Getting along, I think that's important. Getting along, because I will tell you guys, I've had some jobs in the past where I was making money, but I just fucking hated everybody, and I was just like, or I just didn't like the actual job. Well, yeah, because I didn't like my boss, I didn't like my coworkers. There was just, tension, and I would say that getting along with everybody is really critical at being happy. This is outside of work too, getting along with your significant other or your relationship or your parents and stuff like that. That's a really key to being happy. So just getting along and just being someone that's likable is huge. So that's why when I do interviews and when I talk to people and things like that, I'm always like trying to gauge your likability level. Like, would I get along with this person? Because I want to work with people I like. Okay, so getting along with people, that's super important. What's number 2? What's other things?
You have to like what you do.
Like what you do? Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. Let's like what you do. How do you like what you do? Let's get a little bit deeper there.
Well, if you're unhappy with what you're doing, then you're not gonna be
Yeah.
like more progressive for you.
There's a lot of different type of jobs out there, and some jobs really you don't like what you do, unfortunately, whether it be something where, I've talked to a lot of people in sales, they're selling something that they don't really like, or they're selling stuff that actually knows they're gonna screw them over, but you're just doing it for yourself, or it's just not matched with your skill set. Let's say it's a labor job, but you're really weak. You're not gonna like that job, okay? And I think also liking what you do also comes into play where you're actually good at your job. Nobody's gonna like a job if you're not good at it. So one of the ways that I become to like what I do is you become really good at it, and then you're like, I'm good at this, and you come into work like, I'm good at this job. You're gonna like what you do because you're good at it. So that's why sometimes it takes time to like your job, because in the beginning, you're not good at your job because you don't have the experience or the skill set to be able to be good at it. But if you generally, in this business, I will say, if you like talking to people, if you like helping people, and if you like, those two things, then this job is usually a good fit. And it helps with your communication skills and a little bit of math skills and numbers. But it's just a communication game. So if you like talking to people, helping people, this job is great. Okay. I actually talked about positivity. I think that's great too. Positivity, and that's really optimism. You want to have a job where you have a positive potential to make something better of yourself, the situation. Okay, and I'm talking about jobs a lot, but positivity in general, like outside of work too. Like you just want to have a positive mindset, want to be around positive people. That's gonna make you more happy, rather than being negative. You're like thinking like, oh, something's bad gonna happen, something's bad gonna happen. Like it's very difficult to become happy that way. Okay, what's another one that I'm big on that starts with G?
Gratitude.
Yeah. There you go, gratitude.
That stands for your word.
It's one of my favorite words, because this is one of the keys to happiness. Like sometimes if I came into the work after vacation, I was like, fuck, we're not gonna hit 300,000. What the heck is going on here? Like, okay, let me go back to here real quick, and I'll be happy very fast. You get me? So just grateful that we hit 280,000. I have freaking employees. I had nothing there. So gratitude will always put you back in a better perspective, because sometimes when you're really into it, you don't really see the big picture. When you look at the big picture, I'm so grateful for Farmers Insurance. Like it has taught me so much. I have made so much more money. I have made a difference in other people's lives. Like and then they have bonuses now. Like I'm just being grateful for your company is also very important too, of the people you work with, the people that support you outside of work. Just having gratitude is just such a great way to live, because when you lack that, even if you're in such a better position than people who have to freaking have their kids die because they don't have clean water and they just die from diarrhea. Like there's just like so many bad things that happen around the world where they don't have clean water, and for us to complain about what we complain about here, it's just we want to have a perspective of gratitude to be happy. It's just really sometimes that easy, because we're really in a blessed situation. We're in this AC office. We live in Orange County. We live in America, first of all, and then we live in Orange County within America, and then we're working in financial services where we can talk to get money. Okay, so a lot of different ways of looking at things, but gratitude is also important. I'll give you guys, for the sake of time, some shortcuts here. Expecting less from others is another one. Okay, expect less. If you expect more from people, you get really unhappy really fast. Okay, lower expectation from other people. Expect more from yourself, because other people's action you can't control. So someone's doing something, you're just getting mad or sad about that. You lower your expectation, that helps a lot. Okay, expect more from yourself, expect less from others. And then I think, getting along, I think a similar one, but helping others. Okay, that is a big key to happiness. I think a lot of people don't see that because you're just thinking like, what's in it for me, what's in it for me, what's in it for me, you're just thinking about yourself. That is really not a great way to become happy, because when you help others, when you're helping your family, when you're helping your customers, when you help your coworker, when you're training somebody, you're helping somebody, it makes you feel better. And the crazy part about that is when you do that, the return is so much greater. Because literally, that's how I look at things. I always want to give first. Like if you have a relationship, then I want to give more than I'm getting from you. And you give and give and give, and trust me, it comes back. And a lot of people don't have belief in that philosophy, but I'll tell you guys, helping others is a great way to make help yourself, because the reason sometimes people get into helpless states where like, I'm worthless, like I can't do anything. It's really actually selfish when you think that way, because you're feeling that way because you're not helping anybody. You're just feeling sorry for yourself. You feel sorry for yourself and you're not helping anybody by doing that. But when you're helping other people, you're helping a client out, it's just a great way to become more happy. So I just want to share that with you guys. Another one is just becoming good at your job. I think we talked about it, liking what you do. And then, other things, making more money. I think that's kind of connected here. Okay, I love going on vacation, not caring what anything costs. I just want to be real with you guys, or getting a car or like getting excited. And positivity, like, okay, well, who's going to do, where we're going to be at 2035 optimism. So yeah, those are some things I want to share about being happy, because I just really want happy people here. It's part of my job is to help you guys be happy in at work and outside of work. So I just want to share that with you guys. All right, make money. How do we do that?
By working hard and being at work.
Yeah, that's the first step, right? Just work ethic. Being here.
Staying open to learn more stuff.
Yeah, learning. I think that's important, because some people, just having the humility to like not pretend that you don't know anything. Like I always want to learn every day. And a lot of times people at certain stages of their careers will be like, I got this. No one has to tell me shit. No one can tell me anything. That's when you start learning, and that's when you stop getting better. To make more money, you always have to be learning. I love that one, Jazz. Anyone else?
You have to understand the needs, where they're coming from.
Yeah, listening skills, understanding needs. That's a great one, America. Being able to like have the ability to like read somebody or also be empathetic to their situation. And that's again giving before you get philosophy. So understanding and trying to get really be empathetic and understanding their needs is really important too. Yeah. And I think this one's a little, this one I want to break it down to an even simpler format too. Because, I think you guys will all agree, you guys want to make more money here, right? Okay. One of the ways to do that is to just become, because there's so much going on, it's just like, we all know who the top agents, but in the middle there's a lot of people, and then like, that's how kind of like life is, where there's like, in any industry too, like singers, like we know who the top ones, and there's a whole bunch of people in the middle, baseball players, shooters, you know who the superstars is, but there's a lot of people in the middle, and you're just like, okay, how do those middle people get to the top? Okay, you just have to be undeniably better. You just have to stand out at a whole nother level. Okay, and to do that, you just have to have way more skills than the other person. And that's why we all know who the best people are, because it's undeniable. Okay, so that's how much your skill level has to improve, your commitment level has to improve. And once you do that, you just have to stand out from the rest to make more money. Because there's going to be a lot of people, in Eric's situation maybe, that want to make videos and make photography. A lot of people, right? But it has to be so clear cut, or else we don't reach the higher income levels of every profession. Okay, how do you do that? You work on your skills. Okay, doesn't matter if you're making fries. You want to be the best at that. And while you guys may think, hey, this job right here that I'm doing right now, it actually doesn't make me commission. Why would I really even care? Right? Or if you're making fries, or if you're doing customer service work, well, even if I did so good at this, and if I'm not even here, let's say, like, why would I even go all out? Because this won't even affect my paycheck. The reason is because you're developing a habit to doing the best you can at every job you get. Okay, so next time, that job, because you did a good job, will lead to another job. Okay, so once you are in a position where your skills, it's a habit to have, to always do your best at every job you have, because that is a skill and a habit that will make you undeniable. And once you're undeniable, and we see these numbers, and you're just like, okay, well, frick, these last 12 months, someone that this much percentage in this, payments are this, phone hours is this, it just becomes undeniable. That's when you really make the money that I want other people to make. And I just want to talk about this because I do want more Lauras and Jazz in here. I freaking love that, right? So I want to see other people stand out, become undeniably great, and that's really where the income level comes from. Okay, so yeah, I just want to share with you guys how to make more money, how to be more happy, because that's what we're here to do. 14 years, it's been a great ride, but I'll tell you that right now, at this very moment, I have never been more excited. I have never worked even harder than this about the opportunity. And that's to be happy and to make money. That's thanks to you guys. All right, thank you.